bout 3. Interstate Super Lightweight Contest. With the ultimately the blue cup, playing blue and white trunks. The jumping is mentor. Ladies and gentlemen, head 3 fights, 1 win, 2 draws. Therefore, unbeaten in professional boxing at 63.35 kilograms. He's from the MMA gym in Western Australia. We welcome Marcus, the Shark Familari. When you talk about sharks, we're going to off the Western Australian beaches. And across the ring from Footscray, once again, out of the way, Western Bulldogs. Out of boxing, 6 bouts. Turning professional tonight. Now, 1 bout each hand in pro boxing, 1 professional bout. At 63.25 kilograms, wearing black trunks with his name blazoned on the front. Would you welcome Ismail Kerra? The red corner. Referee undercover judges are the same judges all the show here tonight. Turning right around.
Okay, fellas, we went over the rules in the dressing room, okay? I want you to obey what I say at all times. Keep your punches up, no punching in the back of the head, no kidney shots, and no holding and hitting. And importantly, obey what I say at all times. Obey what I say at all times. Touch gloves now, back to the corners. Good luck.
Okay, so we're ready for action here between Ismail Kerra and Marcus Familari. Ismail Kerra to come out of the red corner, and Familari out of the blue. It's Familari with the blue hair to go with his corner, and the tattoos both wear the black trunks, and both look the part as we get ready for this one. Interesting start to the careers of both of these men. Ismail Kerra, well, he's only had the 1 fight. He was stopped. He was actually punched out of the ring by Scott Edwards. That was at the Melbourne Pavilion in October. Whereas Familari, he's had 2 fights for 2 draws. You don't often see that to start a career.
No, you don't. So it's a pretty interesting matchup, this. Both fighters looking for their first professional win.
Which is a bit of a surprise when you see the way that they've come out and started this fight. There's a bit of quality there, I would have thought.
Yeah, Kerra southpaw. They're always hard to fight, the southpaws.
Yeah, so a couple of southpaws here going in against each other. And it's Kerra there that reaches out with his left hand over the top.
You don't often get that, 2 southpaws fighting each other, do you?
No, you don't. It can make for an awkward matchup, but it just doesn't feel like it's going to go that way in the early stages. See, I do like the way that Kerra moves around the ring. A bit surprised, and I didn't see, admittedly, his debut, that he was knocked out in the 2nd round of his first ever fight. He was coming up against a solid fighter in Scott Edwards, who was 2-0 going into that fight, but he's doing some good work here, and that's really slick from Ismail Kerra.
That was nice.
Some really good shots to the body and finishing up over the top. And Marcus Familari, well, if he does continue, I don't think it's going to last long, and not if Kerra has anything to do with it, because he is sprinting across the ring trying to get this stopped.
Kerra looking for the finish here.
And I think it's about time for our referee to jump in and finish this one up, because he's not throwing anything back, and he's being caught with some nasty shots underneath and over the top. Ismail Kerra is looking to finish this off, and there's nothing coming back at the moment from Familari. He's down again.
He goes down again with a body shot. It's a good time really to wave it off now, isn't it?
I think the good time to wave it off was about 25 seconds ago, personally, but, well, stranger things have happened, I guess, than Familari fighting back. But he's certainly up against it with 10 seconds remaining in round number 1. Let's see. Oh, there's another big body shot. And he's going to survive the round.
That was gained. That was gained. He looked out there. I'm impressed with Kerra.
He looks the part.
He does.
As I was saying, it's a real surprise, isn't it, when you just see him this first time, that he was stopped in his first fight.
I like the way he creeps in on the fighters too. He's cat-like, isn't he, the way he comes in?
I can tell you he was ahead, or won the first round at least, on all 3 scorecards when he was stopped in the second round of his debut. And I would like to see how that one finished up. But here is Kerra pushing on and just gets underneath one from Familari. Just feints with that left hand over the top, and he'll be looking for a body shot, you can tell, because he's been so successful in that first round. Familari, though, he's really looking to avoid another shot anywhere near his liver. Ducks out of the way. Kerra moves very nicely. He's good on his feet.
He does. He does.
He's in an interesting situation here, Kerra, because he would have thought it was over there in that first round, and now he finds himself having to build back this advantage against Familari. Let's see what that does for someone so early in their boxing career, and he just wears a little shot there. Familari throwing caution to the wind and connects with a nice right hand there as he sort of just leans in against Kerra.
Familari is tough. You've got to give him that. To all what he did in that first round and still come back here and be in the fight is testament to his courage.
It is. I think he would have been reasonably happy for it to be stopped at some stages there when he was right up against it and not throwing anything back, but now he's got his breath back and his body back. He's making a fair account of himself in this second round. There's a shot there. Backs up again and is ripe for the picking here if Kerra can find the shot he's been looking for. Couple there that just skid. There's one which connects nicely from Kerra. Looks to the body again on the way out. And again as he steps in. Nice right rip to the body there from Kerra.
10 seconds.
There's a big shot.
There's a, straight left.
He's down again.
Puts him 5 points behind now on the scorecards.
Fair to say he's in a bit of strife if this one does go to the cards. But you're very surprised if we get there.
Saved by the belt.
Round 2. Seconds out as we approach round 3.
So Ismail Kerra against Marcus Familari. And it is Kerra with a decisive lead here after 3 knockdowns in all so far, and he'll be looking to close the show here after being thoroughly dominant throughout. A pair of southpaws here, and it is Familari with the blue hair and the black trunks with the bike shorts underneath, and Kerra, who's been dominant, he wears the black trunks with the solid blue portion.
Kerra, no doubt by now, would have been thinking he's in the change rooms taking off his gloves. This fight should be over, so he's got to reset. Inexperienced career at the moment, only having his second professional fight. Has to readjust his whole thought system and look for that knockout.
And in that second round, he took a little while to break Familari down again and start to be dominant. In this third round, it seems to be taking less time, and there's a good body shot as he steps out. And he looks again for that big left hand over the top. Familari throws a couple back of his own and
keeps him honest.
I think he's being broken down now, Familari. Wanders back in and is looking for something decisive of his own, but some of these shots are starting to take their toll from Kerra, and there's plenty on him as well. There's a big left hand which thuds into the jaw. Looks to the body, looks to go over the top again.
Familari's losing this round again, so looking at a 6-point, on all scorecards to be down with a couple of rounds to go. Maybe, his corner could look at saving him from further punishment if they want to go down that way.
And he stumbles across the ring as he wears another one from the left hand of Kerra, who measures with that jab and is looking for something big of his own. There is an art to closing the show. And he's attempted throughout, but hasn't been able to get it done just yet, Kerra.
Second professional fight, though. It's probably good for him to go the distance, though.
You start to tire as well towards the end of that round. He threw so many punches, Kerra, trying to get the job done.
Yeah.
He's breathing heavily as he stands again in his corner. Touch gloves as we head into the last 3-minute round here between Kerra and Familari. And as mentioned, Familari with the blue hair, he needs a stoppage if he's going to win this one, because he is way behind. Well, our question has been answered, and Kerra, he wants the stoppage, that is for sure. He's throwing some big shots, and again, he is chasing Familari around, and there's a couple of good ones there. The body shot was decisive in the first round. He hasn't looked for it as much through the last couple, but perhaps he'll look to go back there because he did have such success early on with it.
Kerra has been impressive here tonight, though, hasn't he?
He really has. We said that when he entered the ring, neither of us having had any experience with watching him fight. He looks the part, and he has been really good. Puts his punches together well. He's broken down his opponent round after round, and Familari wobbly again, starting to take some punishment again in the middle stages of this final round. Can Kerra get the stoppage? Steps back, takes a deep breath. He's starting to feel the pace because there's so much volume coming out, but Familari is very tough, and he does not want to be stopped. Doesn't want his first loss either. He's had 2 draws to start his professional career. He certainly doesn't want a stoppage loss here for his third, as Kerra steps back, tries to find himself a bit of distance to throw that big left hand, and he gets it off but misses.
He's been durable here tonight, though, hasn't he, Familari? He's taken a lot of shots, and he's still there.
And he's pressing on as well and throwing some little shots of his own. Not much on those jabs he's throwing, but he moves his head well. And it's saved him a fair bit of trouble in the middle stages of this final round. Kerra sucking in the big ones as he desperately looks for this stoppage against Familari. Trying to find a bit of range to get that big left hand off. There it is. Can't make it decisive. And it looks like, unbelievably, when it looked completely and utterly unlikely that he would make it out of round number 1, Familari has lasted the distance.
Credit to himself.
Yeah, a big round of applause there for a man who took so many body shots, Marcus Familari, and other punches too. He hung in there to finish. We have a unanimous decision. Andrew Campbell had it 40-32. Rick McKenna, Chris Anderson, 40-32. Final count, Tony Moretta, 40-34. Your winner, on debut, a big win here tonight. We welcome the red corner.